where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight mini-golf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP Party Pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters. Welcome to Scary Strokes!
Woo! Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready here for another wild evening of racing action here with the Slingshot Sim Racing Series presented to you by Buttcrack Motorsports, Anything EC, Scary Strokes, Dirty Monkey Motorsports, Papa Mike Promotions, and me here at PeaceMaker Gaming as the action is about to get underway. These drivers are unloaded and at the track qualifying. Currently out there on the racetrack as drivers looking to get their best lap time here at the beautiful Dover International Speedway as these cars will get ready to rumble. They will get ready to roll out here and duke it out for a 145 lap feature event. 145 laps. There is no quick repairs. There's zero quick repairs, so you want to make sure you keep yourself out of trouble. You want to make sure you keep yourself out of all the carnage that can unfold here at the racetrack. This is a self-cleaning racetrack as everything washes down to the bottom side, so you got to be very careful about where you're going to be rolling out there on the track. The fastest way sometimes is right there against that bottom line, but that is where the carnage may come at you. So you got to keep your head on a swivel, make sure you keep your foot in the throttle and out of trouble here, especially on corner exits. We see a lot of drivers, especially coming out of corner number 2, as that 93 ride is just about to roll over at that second corner. Coming out of it down that back straightaway can cause a lot of chaos in a quick hurry as we see a lot of cars lose control down that back straightaway. That could be a haymaker here this evening. Ty Dickinson coming in with the heart reaction. Ty coming in showing the big love here in this one. Buttcrack Motorsports with the share, and Andrew Hainsley coming in with the like and the share as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like, hit the share, hit that follow, and subscribe as we get ready to set these drivers loose. Green Flag Racing will be coming at you here in just a few more moments as Tasha coming in, showing the big love as well. How are you, my girl? How are you, Tasha? Coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. My boy, John Fowler, John Boy, up in the chat as well, dropping that thumbs up here on the broadcast. Slingshot Sim Racing coming in with the share, and John Fowler coming in with that share as well. As we get these drivers unloaded and ready to go here, qualifying coming to a close as everyone out there on the racetrack looking to put down their best lap times, looking to have themselves a great run here this evening. And right now, it's all Grip Hackney at the front of the field as Keith Hackney with the quick time here in qualifying, and that will put him in that pole position here to start this race. As qualifying has come to a close, we'll get ready to rock and roll here for our A-Main feature event. Andrew says, I'm not really looking forward to Dover. It's usually one of my weaker tracks. Oh, no. Andrew, my boy, hey, listen, sometimes you just got to keep yourself clean out there. Stay on that lead lap, and it can be a good time for you. Tasha says, hey, Peace, it's been too long. It has been way too long, my girl. I hope you've been well. I have been very good, Tasha. I've been very good, lots of gaming, lots of fun times, lots of, broadcasts and everything else, and love to see you up here in the chat as well, coming and showing the love, and I hope that you are doing well. I play with Keith often, and sometimes I ask him about how he's doing or how you're doing and the fam is doing, so hopefully you guys are all doing well. Hopefully, the newborn is doing really good as well. I mean, she's Gotta be like, what, a year now? Something close to that, right? Gotta be at least a year almost. My gosh. As Michael Dickinson coming in says, E&D checking on you, my boy. What's good, E&D Farms? What's good, Michael? How are you? Coming in, showing the love here in this one with that heart reaction. Jeremy Vaughn Racing coming in with that heart reaction as well. Good luck out there on the racetrack, Jeremy, my boy, out there. And probably, I would say, one of the freshest paint schemes on the racetrack. As we'll get a good look at it right here as he's loaded into the sim. We might not get a good angle at it. There it is, the purple and yellow number 2 ride out there on the racetrack. But nonetheless, we'll get these drivers ready to rock and roll. And starting on the pole in the number 91 ride, it is the beautiful looking new paint scheme here for the Grip Hackney Live machine. It is the NLR number 91. That is Keith Hackney in that pole position. To his outside in the 46 ride, that is Adam Pettit. And down on the inside are row number 2 in the 6 machine. It's the Rock Solid Rigs ride. That is a beautiful looking Mustang there. Starting in that 3rd position, it's Nathan Nixon. To his outside, sporting the Monster Mile on the hood of it, that is John McNeil in the number 48 ride. He's got the Ally 48 inside the Monster Mile's hand. Maybe a little lucky charm there for that number 48 to try to put himself into victory lane with the McNeil Media Camaro. Starting in position number 5 in the Anything EC number 19, that is Sean Jessic. Into his outside in the Wildman Racing number 42 ride, that's Leroy Koblenz. 45 ride starting in the 7th position, that is a Nicholas Cody. Into his outside, the 11 machine, it is the JB Designs Scary Strokes number 11 of John Fowler. Then we see the 71 ride, Greg O'Berry in the TaylorMade number 71 ride there in position number 10. To his outside, his Liberty University teammate, that is the 82 of Christopher DeWald, rounding out our top 10. Jeremy Vaughn there in the 2 ride, the House of Speed Papa Mike Promotions NLR machine. That's the Heartland Harley Davidson ride there in 11th with Joey Gattina in the 8 ride to his outside. As we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation, we are quickly Green Flag Racing here from Dover International Speedway. Keith Hackney out in front, quickly putting the power down and looking to open up a big lead as everyone makes it nice and clean down at a quarter number 2. We'll take you back throughout the rest of the field. The 49 ride, that is Joe Hudson, as we do see the yellow flag fly here. So an early caution flag. This one might have happened towards the front of the field. I see Sean Jessic headed down pit side here. I'm not sure, or Sean Cozier down pit side. I'm not sure if this is him just coming back onto the racetrack or... Oh, there we go. There's the caution flag. It's the triple nickel. The Wildman Racing ride here, unfortunately, just not making it at a quarter number 2 here. He's in behind Ty Dickinson, and just see that car just out of control there. Shoots down the racetrack, trying to correct it. Unfortunately, comes back up the track. Tail tangs that 67 ride, the Michelob Ultra Black Diamond Mafia machine of Ty Dickinson. Some heavy contact there for Ty into the driver's side door panel and into the outside fence, and heavy contact there for that triple nickel ride as they get tied together down the back straightaway into corner number 1. The 1 ride right behind him, trying to stay out of that as well. That's Gary Wright, as right there, almost getting into it, and the 29 ride in the Sonic Graphic Designs machine. Looked like Andrew may have gotten a little piece of the wall here as well, as Hainsley saw that one coming, tried to jump up and dive out of the way here, and may have gotten a piece of that outside fence. Yeah, he gets a little piece there of the 1 ride, and then up into the outside fence there himself, just trying to stay out of trouble, but definitely not the way they wanted their evening to start. Some pretty heavy contact for all 4 drivers here, as some drivers down pit side, and we'll get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. But we'll go back throughout the rest of the field here as some drivers out there on the racetrack we haven't gotten to yet. As you see the 31 ride, that's Christian Delgado out there on the track. The 92, that is the Barber Shop number 92 ride. That is Timothy Stubblefield. Zach Lockett and his Tennessee Titans 93 ride there in the 16th position. He's got Daniel Doe there behind him in the Sparkle and Shine Anything EC number 14 ride. Russell Martin Jr. in the Butt Crack Motorsports 20 ride there in the 18th position. He's got the 9 ride, the Dodge Machine. That is the Casey Kane Throwback Budweiser ride. That is Chris Smith. And he's got Lane Phillips in the grip. Hackney, House of Speed, NLR, number 54 ride there, rounding out our top 20. Ronald Lousy starting there in the 21st position with Rick Kennedy Jr. in position number 22. James Smith, James McRae, William McKellar rounding out our top 25. Then we see the Scary Strokes 43 ride of Doug Roth there in that 26th position. Joe Hudson there in 27th with Gary Wright, Doug Sigmund, Ty Dickinson, who's going back down pit side for some more work there in the 30th position. Andrew Hainsley, Sean Cozier, Jackson Carr, and Nathan Smith, who unfortunately did not make it out onto the racetrack yet. Rounding out our field here of 34 drivers here. 34 drivers, and they're all being led here by that 91 ride of Keith Hackney. As we get ready to rock and roll here, Mama Bear says, hello, my boy Aaron. Hello, Mama Bear. How are you, Mama Bear? Coming in, showing the love. Ty says, Tasha in the house. Tasha in the house. You know it. Tasha said, I just got an Xbox, so we can game soon. Let's go, Tasha. Let's go. We might have to start doing some subscriber, games here soon. We gotta get some subscriber games going on. Everyone that's sub to the channel, everything else, maybe get some Fall Guys in there. Something that everyone's kind of got. Something that we can get everybody in on the action. We can get all of our subscribers and supporters and everything else in and on the action here, and able for everyone to get in and join the fun. As Ty says, neat, too aggressive, too early. Yeah, unfortunately, Ty, I think it was just a triple nickel ride. I think he was just lost the handling there, washed down the track, overcorrected it more than likely, and then as you overcorrect these things, they can find a lot of grip in a quick hurry, and it just pulled them straight up into that outside fence, and you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sasha says, hey, Papa Mike, Michael Dickinson, missed you the most. I just got back on social media. Onto social media. Tasha, you've been missing all the action, my girl. You've been missing all the action. As we get ready for some more action here in this one, we'll get ready to set them loose. As Josh Dutton says, wish Cody was racing tonight. Good luck to John Boy. Feeling better? Yeah, it's good to see that John's definitely feeling better back out there on the racetrack and looking to have himself a good evening, starting up inside the top 10. I'm sure he'd love to finish up inside the top 10. But yeah, tough break. Yeah, no Cody DeForge out there on the racetrack. A few other drivers missing as well. Bryce Dickinson, unfortunately, sat down for this race after some contact in last week's race, so that's a tough break. Cody DeForge over there in the chat says, me too. Cody, we wish you were out here, brother. We wish you were out here. I'll be back. 6 minutes of repairs. I'll take a short nap. There you go. There you go. You probably had to go pee anyways, Ty, so you'll be good. As we are back to Green Flag Racing here at Dover International Speedway. Hackney out in front with John McNeil right there in position number 2. Adam Pettit there in third, trying to track them down here as he's already lost one spot early in this race, and so has Nathan Nix, and some good restarts out of that 48 right at John McNeil. Has him up a couple spots and sitting pretty there in that second spot. Nicholas Cody up a pair of positions here early on as well as he rolls there in that 5th position. He's got Sean Jessic, John Fowler, Joey Gattina, Michael Madden, and Leroy Koblenz rounding out our top 10. Is Leroy's battling hard here with Christopher DeWald. DeWald looking to try to work himself around that 42 ride as the 82, the Liberty University ride, trying to join his teammate as being one of our race winners here in this series. We've already seen Greg O'Berry in that 71 ride pick up 4 checkered flags here early in this season. So that 71 ride has been looking very, very strong. He's been one of the cars to beat almost every single weekend. I'm sure without a doubt we'll see him up towards the front of the field here before the end of the evening. Doug Crowningshield says, I worked Cody DeForge too hard today. The big Sally laugh out loud. Doug, how do you do that to poor Cody? How do you work him too hard, brother? How do you work him too hard? Man, poor Cody DeForge. That's Cody, ask for a raise. Ask for a raise. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. If you need a reference, I'll let you. I'll tell him. I'll tell him. At least $2. $2 an hour for my boy Cody DeForge. That's for certain. Then you give me like $1 an hour. Something like that. We'll split it. We'll split it. We'll split the race, but I'll battle for you. As Hackney out in front here, Keith continuing to lead the way in that House of Speed NLR Grip Hackney Live Papa Mike Promotions ride. Another beautiful ride here for that Grip Hackney machine as he's shown these drivers how to get it done. A little scrape of the outside wall there. Got to be careful with that. You don't want to be getting into that outside wall too much here, especially early on in this race, damaging these tires, damaging the car, hurting the aerodynamics on these longer runs. Definitely becomes tougher and tougher and tougher. If you got aero damage the longer run, it becomes very, very hard to try to keep these cars under control. As these guys continue to duke it out all around the racetrack, it does look like we will see our second caution flag fly here. Our second caution flag going to come out, and looks like some of our race leaders getting collected in this one as we were locked on to our race leader. We're going to see some contact between second and third here. John McNeil and Adam Pettit going to come together here. The Anything EC number 46 ride and the 48 just get tied together, watch up the racetrack. They collect the Sparkle and Shine Anything EC ride, as well as nowhere to go for Nathan Nixon. Oh, more contact. Oh, more contact. The big one here at Dover. My gosh, there was a bunch of drivers that drove into that one. The 6th ride of Nathan Nixon got absolutely cleaned out a couple times here. Couple tough hits right there for these drivers. That contact made right in front of them. They just really had nowhere to go here, unfortunately. And John McNeil in the 46 ride, Adam Pettit, they get tied together here down the front straightaway. There's the contact. And then as they're sliding here into corner number 1, the 6 ride up the racetrack trying to get out of the way. The 19 gets a little piece there, the 46 ride, but some heavy hits here for all 3 of those drivers. See Adam Pettit get up into the outside fence there himself. And then, unfortunately for Nathan Nixon, he's going to get hit hard here a couple times. His driver's spreading out, trying to figure out a way to get around him. Looks like the 2 ride going to get maybe a little shove and a little help there as he's sliding sideways through corner number 1. He's going to drive right into the side, and then, oh, man, Russell Martin Jr. getting collected in that as well. Here comes the 4 ride. He's trying to split the middle, decided the wrong way. He's going to slam into the side of that 2 ride as well. Some heavy hits out there, man. Some big hits, some big damage down through corner number 1. Let's see if we can take another look back at it and see what happened here. Man, that's just a tough break. We'll look at Jeremy Vaughn here as he's trying to get checked up. I think Lane Phillips just gets in there a little too hot, slams into the back end of him, spins him around, and that just makes it even worse. The 4 ride, the 9 ride up into the outside fence there is Smith. Oh, brother, that is a tough break for a bunch of good cars out there on the racetrack, just looking to have a good, decent day. Jump right on board here with Jeremy Vaughn as he's headed into this. He's getting checked up, nice and easy up on the high side, then gets tagged and spun around, and then, bam, gets hit a couple more times here. Oh, some big, big hits there for Jeremy Vaughn. That car is hurting. Let's see if we can get a good look here from Nathan Nixon's perspective here. So he sees these 2 cars battling in front of him. That's 2nd and 3rd. Out of his front windshield, they make contact down the racetrack and then right back up the track into that outside fence. Heavy, heavy damage as well for Nixon. Then he gets slammed there from Jeremy Vaughn. And woo! We're off to a monstrous start to this race, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a bit of a killer out there as DeFord says, oh shit, he says. Yes, sir, oh shit is right. That's what you want to use right there. As my boy Casey Durand, Casey coming in, showing the love with the 50-star bump, coming in, showing the big love here in this one. How are you, Casey? What's good, brother? How are you? How's the car doing? How's the race car? I know you've been getting some new equipment, some new everything, getting that car absolutely hooked up and ready to head to the racetrack, my dude. That's awesome. Not in the race. Not in the race. Yeah, unfortunately, Grandpa Al, no 24 out there on the racetrack. DeForge did not make it home in time, so no Cody out there. No Cody DeForge out there on the racetrack. A heartbreaker for all of us. We wish he was here. We wish he was out there. Jared Hughes coming in with the like on the stream. Doug Crowing Shield coming in with that like on the stream as well. Is it Crowing or Crowning? Crowning Shield. Crowning Shield. Crowning Shield coming in with that like on the stream. Casey Durant with that heart reaction says, going racing Saturday night, my dude. Let's go, brother. Let's go. I offered to fill in for Cody DeForge. Doug, we would have loved to see that. We would have loved to see that. That's for certain. Oh, Papa Mike misses Tasha more. Not more than me, Papa Mike. Not more than me, okay? I miss her more. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I miss everybody. Miss everybody. Listen, we're getting more and more streams in here every single day of the week. Don't you guys worry. Probably some iRacing, more streams coming up here, some more leagues getting started, but we'll be getting more, Call of Duty and maybe some more Fall Guys. Some golf in the mornings, maybe some MLB, just kind of a variety of different things, different streams and everything else to just continuously keep on bringing you guys more and better content. And then we want to save up. I want to save up and get a golf membership. So if anyone wants to help us out with that, it'd be greatly appreciated. We want to get a golf membership down at my local golf course, about 5-6 minutes away. And I want to be there every day making content. We got a couple GoPros, a couple different cameras. We want to be able to get some cool shots, some cool things out there on the course, let you guys experience me and my friends out there goofing around, hitting balls, having fun, and making some cool content, maybe doing some all sports content and a bunch of other stuff out there at the golf course. As we are back to Green Flag Racing here at Dover International Speedway, Hackney, once again another great restart. He quickly opens up that half-a-second lead that he had before as Sean Jensic jumps right into position number 2 here. Joey Gattina already up 9 spots on the track here. Gattina in that number 8 ride, the Good Wrench Services machine. A little bit of a throwback here between Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. there, as obviously we saw Dale Sr. in the 3 ride and Dale Jr. in the 8 for a lot of years, but a little combo of both of them there. Nicholas Cody right there behind him, and Michael Madden up 8 spots on the racetrack as well in his Sparkle and Shine Anything EC17 ride there in the 5th position. He's got Christopher DeWald, Christian Delgado, Garango Berry, John Fowler, and Zach Lockett rounding out our top 10. Daniel Doe there in the 11th position with Leroy Koblenz there in 12th. Timothy Stubblefield, Lane Phillips, and Doug Roth. Our top 15 here is Doug Roth already working himself up through the field here. Started deep in this field. He's already up 13 positions, trying to break himself inside the top 10 here. As he's rolled up into the top 15 already, and he is on his way to the front of the pack. Chris Smith, who we saw get tied up there into the outside wall on that caution flag. He's got himself into that 16th position. Russell Martin right there as well. A little bit of damage on the front end of that 20 ride as he got a piece of the Jeremy Vaughn ride, as Jeremy was going for a wild ride there. He's still out there on the racetrack. James McRae, William McCallum, Ronald Lousy battling door to door here. This is for the 19th position on the racetrack. They got Sean Cozier, John McNeil, James Smith, Joe Hudson, Doug Sigmund, Andrew Hainsley, and Adam Pettit rounding out our top 27. These are all the lead lap cars, as Nathan Nixon, unfortunately, no front end on that car, but he's still running some laps out there. Still some pretty good laps out there on the racetrack. Unfortunately, he is a lap or multiple down here for that 6 ride. Same with Gary Wright in the 1 machine, and Ty Dickinson as well. Unfortunately for Jeremy Vaughn, he is still down pit side in that House of Speed Papa Mike Promotions number 2 ride, as that Heartland Harley Davidson went for a wild ride down in corner number 1. He's got a ton of damage. Same with Rick Kennedy Jr. as Rick Kennedy down pit side as well. Jackson Carr already off the racetrack, and Nathan Smith not out there as well, as he didn't load into the stream. As here you go, we just saw the pass here moments ago as we see the 19 ride of Sean Jessic jump up and take this top spot away from our race leader. So Jessic to the point here. Keith Hackney going to slide back to position number 2 on the racetrack. So Hackney back to second with Sean Jessic out in front. Joey Gattina there in third with Nicholas Cody and Michael Madden trying to hunt him down. Michael Dickinson, Papa Mike coming in with that heart reaction on the broadcast. Cody DeForge, Bindu Hackney, Bree coming in, all showing the love with the reactions as well. My boy Jeremy Vaughn, Jeremy coming in, showing the love, says, hey, Peace, what's up, Jeremy? How are you, brother? Listen, man, that was a tough break and a tough way to start the evening here. A few drivers, unfortunately, not having the runs that they were hoping for here to start this race. That is for certain. A bunch of drivers getting tore up, a bunch of drivers running into issues already in this race, and we're only a few laps in here. Only a few laps into this race, and we've already seen some pretty wild wrecks, some pretty wild hits out there on the racetrack. So tough breaks for some of them, and definitely not the way they wanted their evening to get underway here. As out in front, Sean Jessic leads the way with Keith Hackney there in second, Joey Gattina there in third, and Jeremy with, yeah, what do you do? What do you do, brother? You know, there's nothing you can do. You can't even get mad about it because it was your own teammate. It was your own teammate that unfortunately slammed into your rear end and sent you into the other car that was spun sideways there, and from that point on, it was on like Donkey Kong, brother. That was a tough break right there for you. Tough break all around for not only yourself, but for the NLR team there. As a lot of you guys got tore up in that one. As the laps get clicked down here in a quick hurry at Dover International Speedway. Sean Jessic out in front, Hackney there in second, Joey Gattina, Nicholas Cody, and then we see Michael Madden there in that fifth position. Greg O'Berry, told you it wasn't going to take long to find him up towards the front of the field here. He's now into that sixth position, trying to hunt down Michael Madden here for a top five as he's looking for another great run. Looking to see if he can maybe try to pick up some more playoff points here as he's already punched his ticket. He is locked in to that first round of our playoffs here in the Slingshot Sim Racing Series. He's our one and only four-time winner here in this series already. So Greg O'Berry having some good luck here on his side as Christian Delgado, Christopher DeWall, John Fowler, Zach Lockett right there behind him, rounding out our top 10 here in this one. Doug Roth up 16 positions, now into that 11th position as the Scary Strokes 43 ride looking to try to work himself inside the top 10 here. He's been having himself a monster run, able to stay out of the carnage here, and he's worked himself up nicely towards the front of the field and about to crack into the top 10. So a big run here after not the best qualifying effort for Roth. So good to see that car move into the front of the field. But right now, each and every driver's trying to hunt down Sean Jessic as Jessic is out in front. He continues to lead the way. He's got about half a second between himself and Keith Hackney. Then they got about a half a second back to our third and fourth place drivers here as we're going to jump into a very quick PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume. Cheer on your favorite driver as we crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. ride of Ty Dickinson. Unfortunately, going to get tied up in this one again. Take a look back and see what happens here as the 67 Michelob Ultra Black Diamond Mafia ride. He's going to drive right on by his front bumper right there. Heavy damage here on that 67 machine as we'll take a look and see what happened. Looked like he already had some pretty good right side damage here, and unfortunately comes out a back straightaway hard up into the outside fence here. Oh, nowhere to go. Russell Martin Jr. jumped to the high side there to try to avoid that 67 ride. Unfortunately, washed back up the track and nowhere for that 20 car to go. Let's take a look at this one again as definitely came out of corner 2 here. Some bumps right there. He's definitely losing it. Gets up into that outside fence there, and unfortunately that right front damage too much. Drags that car back up the racetrack, and heavy damage there, and a tough break for Russell Martin Jr. as he slams into the side of him right there. And that's what we were talking about here at the top of the show, is that corner number 2 is very, very tricky, and it's got a little bit of a bump into it. And if you come out of corner number 2 the wrong angle or just the wrong throttle speed, you kind of hit these bumps, the car kind of jumps in the air, and it can break traction in a quick hurry. I think that's what happens here to the 67 ride, and unfortunately, as he's trying to correct it, overcranks it up into the outside fence, and then that right front tire is just absolutely crumpled up here. He's trying to get it down the racetrack and out of the way, and unfortunately, even though he's trying to turn left, that car just pulls hard back up to the outside fence here, and as he goes around, just nowhere to go here for Russell Martin Jr. Let's see if we can jump right on board here with Russell as he heads into this. He sees that 67 ride turned around, thought he was going to wash down the track. Unfortunately, he did not wash down the track. He loops back up and right in front of him. That is a tough break there for both those drivers as we will get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here. The 19 ride of Sean Jessic. He probably didn't want to see that caution flag. He probably wanted to see that green flag continue on here and see these drivers really duke it out for multiple laps as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a few more moments. My right front had enough. Only so much optional and required repairs could do. Yeah, that's a tough break right there, Ty. That's a tough break right there, brother. Hey, that's racing, though. Unfortunately, sometimes you're at the right place, sometimes you're at the wrong place, and sometimes, you know, the damage can be a little too much out there on the racetrack. Tyler Christensen, yes, I do have Facebook, Tyler. I do have Facebook, brother. That is for certain. I do have FB. You can check us out over there as it's a PeaceMaker Gaming if you look us up over on Facebook as well. We also are over on Twitch as well. We also have a Twitch account over there at PeaceMaker Gaming. Just no G at the end of gaming over there as they don't allow that extra letter into the name. So PeaceMaker Gaming over there. Feel bad for Russell. I was hoping to be out of the way. Sucks that I ruined his race. Yeah, that's a tough break right there. That's always the worst case scenario, right? You're trying to just save yourself and trying to make sure that you don't collect anyone else out there on the racetrack. And unfortunately, the 20 ride, you chose the high side thinking you were going to wash back down the track and loop back up and right in front of him and nowhere for him to go as he smashed into the side of you. And tough break for himself there in that 20 ride, the Butt Crack Motorsports machine. I'm sure we'll see him back next week and hopefully some better luck there for him. Damn, Ty, laugh out loud, says Cody DeForge. I know, right, Cody? Ty, damn it, Ty. No, I'm just kidding. Ty, my boy, tough break out there, brother. Tough break out there on the racetrack. Tough break right from the get-go as he got collected in that first wreck of the day as well. So definitely not the way you wanted your evening to go. Obviously getting collected in a pretty big one at first, and then obviously that second one that we just saw right there. If it was Cody DeForge, I would be happy to ruin his race. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do out there. You just hit the wrong 20 series car. They're looking for the 24. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the field this evening, Ty. Unfortunately, brother. We are going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. It's the 19 and 91, 1 and 2 on the racetrack. The 19 down through the Geico restart zone as we are back to green flag racing. A great restart there on the outside lane as Sean Jessic gets lined up here with his teammate Michael Madden. They power down in quickly. You see that 91 right. Keith Hackney trying to get that spot back here as he's already over the back bumper of that 17. Unfortunately, that sets him up for a back quarter number 3. And Joey Gattina is going to jump right down underneath of him and take that third spot away. But as quickly as we go back, the green flag racing, the caution flag will come right back out, as well as the yellow flag back out here in this one. Looks like Nathan Nixon in the rock solid rigs. Number 6, Ryan, going to run into some more issues here himself down the back straightaway. Looks like someone may have did the same thing, may have gotten a little bit loose here coming out of quarter number 2. May have been some help, though. Looks like the 6 right all over the back bumper there. Gary Wright might have kind of got him a little out of shape, and then not sure what happens. Maybe just trying to give him a love tap. Maybe trying to say, hey, I'm not pleased with how you were running me there deep in the field, giving him the bump at a corner 2 and make contact. Unfortunately, they both get up into the outside fence. Some pretty good damage again for the 6 machine. Some pretty good damage again for that 1 ride as well. As see if we can take another look at this one and see what happened here between these two as they were running tight together. Running basically nose to tail there at a corner number 2, and just unfortunately not the way they wanted things to go here. And that's a tough break there for the Sparkle and Shine. Number 6 Ryan, the Anything EC machine. A tough break there for the 1 of Gary Wright, as well as some pretty good damage there. Some pretty tore up cars, and get ready to go back to green flag racing once again. So we'll get ready for another restart here in just a few short moments. We'll get a quick word in here from our sponsor over there at Scary Strokes.
Where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight mini golf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP party pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters. Welcome to Scary Strokes, where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight mini golf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP party pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters.
Alrighty, as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing as 50 laps is going to be completed this time by the start-finish line. So we are virtually 1/3 of the way through this race and just under 100 laps left to go here in this one from Dover International Speedway. The 19 ride of Sean Jessic out in front. Michael Madden there in second with Keith Hackney. The 8 ride right there in position at number 3. to the inside of that 91 ride of Hackney, as Hackney was our race leader for the first opening laps here of the day, and unfortunately slid back here just a little bit as my boy Craig Michael Deacon coming into the stream, coming in showing the love with the like on the broadcast, says let's go Grip Hackney, coming in showing the love here in this one as we'll get ready to go back to action. We'll have to wait and see if Hackney can find himself a way to the front of the field here and back to the point of this race. Qualified on that pole position. He's now slid back into fourth as Joey Katina down to his inside. Row number 3, we see the 45 ride, Nicholas Cody, Grango Barry. Then we see Christopher DeWald in the 31 ride of Christian Delgado. Doug Roth in the 7 of James McRae bring up that 5th row here, rounding out our top 10 on the racetrack. They got Zach Lockett and John Fowler right there behind him. As they go down through the Geico restart zone, we are back to Green Flag Racing. Buckrack Motorsports says, let's go me. Oh, wait, yeah, unfortunate break there again for you. Buckrack Motorsports, unfortunately, just cannot survive one of these races, man. You've had probably some of the worst luck here as you see a good run into that 91 ride of Keith Hackney. Gets a great restart. Already looking to the outside of that 19 ride is Sean Jessic. Going to forfeit the race lead, and Hackney back to the point here. A perfect restart out of that 91 ride. Exactly what he was hoping to do, and he quickly finds himself a way back to the front of the field. Jessic back to second with Michael Madden there in 30. See Grango Barry rolling that middle lane as well. Now inside the top 5 here is the 71 ride up into position number 4 and looking for more. It's got Nicholas Cody and Joey Katina right there behind him. Christopher DeWald in the 31 ride, still door to door out there on the racetrack. And here comes Doug Roth. Roth up inside the top 10 here, up 18 positions, now 19 as he works to the inside here of Christian DeWald. As DeWald sliding backwards there on that restart here himself, but that 43 ride of Doug Roth up 19 positions, started all the way back in the 27th starting position. Now up into the 8th spot on the racetrack. What a run and what a drive here. It's contact. I believe that's the 48 ride of John McNeil into the outside fence. He spun sideways down that back straightaway, and the caution flag will come back out here. Oh, tough break. It's the McNeil media ride going for a slide down the back straightaway here. Let's see if we can take a look at it. Looks like Timothy Stubblefield may have gotten a piece of this one as well, as Stubbs may have gotten in there. As take a look, and just looks like a little contact there possibly between this 48 and the 7 ride. We can take another look at it here and see the damage already on McNeil's run. That was from early in the race, and looks like he just gets a little loose there and trying to stay out of the 7 ride. Trying to correct it, gets up into the outside fence here, and then he's going to blink here for a hot second. I do believe Timothy Stubblefield out there on the racetrack trying to avoid it. He gets through there. I'm not sure what. Oh, I think Stubblefield is just down pit side here as you see Sean Cozier getting into the outside fence there. And then, okay, here you go. You may see contact right here as, yeah, Sean Cozier and the 92 ride going to get tied together right there. A little contact for the Barber Company Stubbs Nation, the Stubb Nation 92 ride. And then he tries to correct it, goes up the racetrack in front of Smith and hard into that outside fence as the Barber Company ride going for a big spin, tons of damage here on that Camaro, and unfortunately going to get tagged again from the Dirty Monkey Motorsports Budweiser number 9 ride, and I'm not sure if we see any more contact here or if he's able to survive and get that car down pit side, and that's exactly what it looks like as the 92 ride does stop there on pit entry and comes to a final rest here. Obviously a lot of damage here, a lot of work to be done here for that 92 ride. Is he's just trying to avoid it, trying to stay out of the way as the 48 ride up into the fence, the 97 into the fence here, then Timothy Stubblefield up the racetrack. You see how hard that hit was there under full speed. That was a big hit right there, a heavy contact, heavy hit, and unfortunately there, Stubblefield just nowhere for him to go, just trying to hang on to it, and that is a big hit right there for Stubblefield. Let's see if we can play that back again and jump right on board here with this 92 ride and see what he can see from the cockpit here. We'll jump right onto the helmet cam. Oh. Woo! Oh, baby, that is a wild ride right there. The Stub Nation ride as he takes it down pit side here. A tough break for him as everyone else going to get lined back up and ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a few more moments as, man, some wild racing action already here from Dover International Speedway. A lot of ups and downs already, a couple caution flags, a bunch of tore up race cars out there on the racetrack, and we see still a lot of them down pit side getting work done to their cars. Some drivers already calling it a night here, already caught their cars down pit side and off the racetrack. That includes Rick Kennedy Jr. hasn't came back out yet. Jeremy Vaughn, Jackson Carr off the track. Ty Dickinson is back out there onto the speedway here. Same with Russell Martin Jr. No, it looks like Russell has his car off the racetrack and out of there as well. Gary Wright, I'm not sure if Gary's still out there. Doesn't look like it. Nathan Nixon down pit side. Same with Timothy Stubblefield down pit side. So they haven't given up yet, but these drivers definitely got a lot of good work to do out there on the racetrack, and obviously being a multiple laps down, it's going to be very, very tough for them to try to work themselves back onto the lead lap. So we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go back to green flag racing. Here's the lights are back off. The official iRacing pace car, and we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. MP, hello, which league is this? This is the Slingshot Sim Racing Series, MP. This is the Slingshot Sim Racing Series. You can find their Facebook page over on Facebook and everything else and all the information that you may need for the series. Alrighty, as the lights are off, the official safety vehicle here on iRacing, we will get ready to set this field back loose. The 91 of Keith Hackney, the 19 of Sean Jessic, once again on the front row. The House of Speed Machine out in front in the 91. He is our control car here for the restart as he will head down into the Geico restart zone. The tunnel vision by Hackney ride will get ready to hammer down here and try to pull away once again. He's looking to keep these anything EC rides back there behind him as he hammers down, and we're back to green flag racing here at Dover International Speedway. Hackney onto the loud pedal as here comes Michael Madden trying to stay door to door with Sean Jessic for position number 2. A good restart there for Michael Madden as he'll jump right into that second spot here. So the Sparkle and Shine Anything EC machine up into that second spot as here comes Greg O'Berry. O'Berry already a 4-time winner here this season, looking to try to make it win number 5 here at Dover International Speedway as he's up inside the top 5. He's there in position number 4 and looking for more as right behind him Joey Gattina having a great run there in 5th, and Doug Roth continues to find himself a way to the front of the field. The Scary Strokes 43 ride now into position number 6. He's one spot out of a top 5 as he started all the way back in the 27th position here on the evening, already up 21 spots on the racetrack, and he's not done yet. Doug Roth, a man on a mission here, trying to get that Scary Strokes ride to the front of the field. Nicholas Cody, hang on to the 45 ride, almost lost it there out of corner number 4. He had to get onto the binders there. Unfortunately, lost a ton of momentum as that rear end was stepping out and around on him. Good catch there, keeping that car pointed in the right direction. Unfortunately here for Cody, he's going to slide all the way back now into that 13th position. He's got Lane Phillips right there behind him trying to track him down as Hackney out in front trying to stretch out his lead a little bit more. Here he's got about 6 or 7 car lengths between himself and Michael Madden. Sean Jessic hanging strong right there in third with Greg O'Berry there behind him as we look back through the field. A few drivers that got tied up in incidences here early in this race trying to rebound. One of them, that 46 ride of Adam Pettit, back onto the lead lap here for that 46 ride. Unfortunately, still back in about the 20th position. Trying to rebound here, trying to get this 46 ride back to the front of the field. Still looks like he's got a little bit of damage there, trying to get repaired on that 46 ride, but he's not done yet. He's still in contention here this evening. Joe Hudson right there with him. Unfortunately, going to slide back into that 20th spot now is Andrew Hainsley going to round out our top 21. Fortunately, John McNeil one of those, he's the first car a lap down or multiple laps down here. So right now he's sitting in that free pass position. I'm sure the 48 rider McNeil, after getting tied up in that first initial wreck, would like to really get a quick caution flag here and maybe trying to get himself back onto the lead lap. Daniel Doe down a couple laps as well as Sean Cozier, as we see him just rejoin the field and back out there onto the racetrack. Chris Smith, unfortunately, off the track, but we do see Nathan Nixon still rolling out there, back out there. So good to see Nathan back onto the track. Timothy Stubblefield off the racetrack. We see Ty Dickinson back in the 28th position, trying to get some extra spots here from drivers who have already called it an evening. So he may be able to leapfrog them and at least salvage a couple more positions here throughout this evening. Lots of great racing action here throughout the series already. We've seen a lot of different winners, a lot of comers and goers, some great battles and some very close finishes. And we may be in for another treat here this evening as Keith Hackney out in front. He's got Michael Madden right there behind him, 0.4 of a second between first and second on the racetrack. And then you see Greg O'Barry, a TaylorMade number 71 ride, the Liberty University ride. They're in position number 3, now looking to try to make a move and maybe try to get around that number 17 ride of Michael Madden. He's been on his back bumper here and try to reset and recharge here, try to hunt him down once again. Man, some great racing here all evening long so far. Unfortunately for some drivers, getting tied up in early wrecks is not the way you want your evening to go. Getting tied up in those early caution flags, having that damage, and just trying to be, mindful of other drivers out there on the racetrack, knowing that you're a couple laps down. It's a lot easier said than done, especially when you're not 100% sure who you're racing around or who's still on the lead lap, who's not on the lead lap, and everything else is definitely a bit of a tougher game when you got that to worry about. But right now, everyone knows that this 91 rider, Keith Hackney's out in front, and he's one tough cookie. Once he gets to that lead, it's very tough to get back by him here. Michael Madden trying to reel him in here, trying to see if he can give him a shot. Same with Greg O'Barry and Sean Jessic, the only car to really pass him during green flag laps out there on the racetrack. He slid back a couple spots on one of the restarts, but other than that, the only car to really pass him during these green flag laps is this 19 ride of Sean Jessic. I do believe Jessic's car a lot stronger here on the longer run, so he's not hoping for any more caution flags. He would love to see this race go clean and green right down to the very end and see if he can use this long race strategy here to his advantages. There you go. He makes the move around the 71 ride of Greg O'Barry. O'Barry back into position number 4 and looking for more here as the 19 ride rolling up to his teammate's back bumper as a pair of Anything EC rides right there in second and third. As there you go, a big move down to the inside here. Sean Jessic not wasting any time as he jumps down to the inside lane here. He is going to make the move around that 17 of Michael Madden. So Jessic back up into second here. Now he's got about 7/10 of a second to make up and hunt down our race leader, Keith Hackney. Hackney may have been on cruise control here the last few laps, knowing that he had a pretty good lead there between himself and that 17 ride. But as much as you want to try to save some tires and take it easy out there on the racetrack, these guys are running some very fast lap times at the front of the field. I don't think they're wasting any tire. I don't think they're wasting any time out there. They're not worrying about tire wear or anything. They are pushing the limits. They are making sure they have their cars right on the edge of their seat and making sure that they get these things as fast as they can around the racetrack and not worrying too much about the tires here this evening. Hackney out in front. He's looking in that rear view mirror. He's seeing Sean Jessic reel up to him in a quick curry here as that 19 ride is catching up to the House of Speed. Papa Mike Promotions and LR ride here in a quick curry. It's the Harlan Harley Davidson machine. Another new paint scheme, another new fresh looking ride here. And Sean Jessic, he doesn't mind chasing down this yellow car right now as he is seeing him out of that front windshield, and he is hungry to try to get back out in front and take this lead back away from that 91 ride. As it's the 91 and 19 here All evening long, these two have been duking it out together, man. They have been putting on one heck of a show here, and I don't think they're done yet. I don't think they're done yet doing what they need to do here at the front of the field. We're going to see a crazy battle here at the front of the pack. Hackney out in front. Sean Jessic there in second. Michael Madden all the way back in position number 3 on the racetrack. Joey Gattina right there behind him in that 4th spot is Greg O'Berry, now back into position number 5 here. So O'Berry sliding backwards a little bit throughout this run, and there's Christian Delgado there in that 6th spot. Christopher DeWald, James McRae now up 17 positions, going up 18 positions here as he battles to the inside of the Liberty University number 82 ride. Nicholas Cody and John Fowler battling here for the 9th and 10th position as William McKellar there in the 11th spot with Wayne Phillips there in 12th. Doug Roth unfortunately sliding backwards here over this run, and 43 ride that was up inside the top 6 there for a couple laps is unfortunately now starting to slide backwards here. May have used up his tires or his equipment a little too early in this race, or maybe just trying to take it a little bit easier as he sees some great door-to-door battling right there in front of him. And you see that 42 ride, Leroy Koblenz, the 93 is Zach Lockett running out our top 15. The 14 ride of Daniel Doe there, he is a lap or 2 down here in that 14 ride. So our 16th place driver is the 10 of James Smith. And you see Doug Sigmund there in 17th. Adam Pettit, Ronald Lousy, Joe Hudson, our top 20 here this evening. Andrew Hainsley, John McNeil, Daniel Doe, Sean Cozier, Nathan Nixon, Chris Smith, Ty Dickinson. Our top 27 here, as unfortunately Timothy Stubblefield off the racetrack there in the 28th spot. Rick Kennedy there in 29th. Gary Wright off the track in 30th. Russell Martin, Jeremy Vaughn, Jackson Carr, Nathan Smith all off the racetrack here as well. So about 5 or 6 cars unfortunately back behind pit wall here this evening, as we do believe some green flag pit stops possibly getting underway here as Keith Hackney. What's happened to Hackney here? He's just disappeared off the racetrack. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where did the Grip Hackney ride go? Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Keith Hackney may have lost internet connection or something here. He is all the way back into the 22nd position on the racetrack here. So, what could have been one of the best races for him here this evening. I think he's gone astray for not only himself, but we're also missing. Where's our other driver? We're missing a couple cars here at the front of the field as John Jasic's also slid all the way back now into the 7th spot. Well, Sean Jasic that was running in 2nd, trying to chase down Keith Hackney, now back into 7th. Hackney's nowhere to be found out there on the racetrack. Oh boy, what may have transpired here? Did Hackney lose? When Sean got to my left rear, it broke my suspension? Oh no! Oh no! See if we can take a look back at that. We don't even see anything. Did you take it off the track? Or did you just like Alt F4, Hackney? What in the world? Where did it go? I don't see you going down pit side. I don't see contact or caution or, like contact or anything there. You may have to try to play this back quite a bit, but I'm not sure where this may have happened. I think it might have been around here, but let's see if we can find Sean Jasic here. So there we go. Okay, so this is where it may have happened right here. Is race leaders coming together. Him and Hackney making contact. See Sean Jasic sideways there through the corner and out of corner number 4. Luckily enough, looks like he keeps it from hard contact into the inside fence. But see if we can look at Keith Hackney as he's going through this and sends it into corner number 1. Looks like the car is fine, but yeah, just something broke in that right rear. left rear there. You can see the car kind of jolting around a little bit more here, so I'm not sure. Yeah, you see that rear end kind of stepping out. It looks like a broken toe link or something. He's trying to hang on to it for all he's got, and then gets into the fence there himself, and then I think he may have just got out of the way coming out of 4. Yeah, that is a tough break right there. Oh, brother, that is a tough break for two very fast cars here. Luckily enough for Sean Jessic, he's still running, but just that little bit of contact, unfortunately, right here, just that little contact right there, which almost takes out the 19 ride himself, but fortunately that breaks something in the rear end of Keith Hackney's ride, and that little bit of contact fortunately takes Keith Hackney down behind pit wall and off the racetrack, and that's going to hand the race lead now to the 8 ride of Joey Gattina, as Gattina out in front leading the way here, and that's a tough break right there. Tough break for a lot of drivers. I didn't even see anything. Yeah, there was like not a lot of contact and not a lot of anything, and yeah, we didn't see anything out there, so that's a wild break right there for Hackney, a wild break there for Sean Jessic, who goes from battling for the race lead, now he's back into that 7th position and just trying to hang on to it now. I'm not sure how much damage or if he has any handling issues in this 19 ride as well, or what may be the issue. Definitely not running the fastest laps out of the race here, so sliding backwards ever so slightly, but right now the fastest car out there is Joey Gattina and Christian Delgado as they run first and second on the racetrack. A decent lead here for Joey Gattina in the 8 ride. You see Grant Goberry there in 3rd. He's looking for his 5th win here of the season, and he may be one of the drivers to really benefit that contact between Jessic and Hackney out there on the track. Michael Madden there in the 4th spot with Nicholas Cody. James McRae there in 5th and 6th. And then you see Sean Jessic right there with him, trying to battle back inside the top 5 here as he's right there behind that 7 ride of James McRae. And you see William McKellar, Doug Roth, Lane Phillips, our top 10 out there on the racetrack. Leroy Koblenz there in 11th position with James Smith, Adam Pettit, Christopher DeWald, Zach Lockett there in 15th. You see John Fowler back in that 16th position. Joe Hudson in 17th with Doug Sigmund, Andrew Hainsley, our top 19 on the lead lap here this evening still. Some crazy racing action as my boy James Garland coming in with the heart reaction here on the broadcast. Bryce Dickinson coming in with that heart reaction as well here this evening, as man, wild racing here in this one. Dover definitely being a bit of a wild card race here, and unfortunately we've seen a lot of drivers get tore up, a lot of drivers running into issues here, and we still got a lot of racing action left to go here as the next time by the start-finish line, we will see lap 100 go up onto the board here as the 8 ride of Joey Gattina leads the way. He's got half a second between himself and Christian Delgado is out of corner number 4. Lap 100 up onto the board in 45 laps of racing action left to go here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, the share button, the follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming as my boy James Garland, James coming in, setting it off with a 200-star bombing here in this one, coming in with a big 200-star dono. We appreciate you, James, coming in, showing the love here in this one, brother, coming in with the big D of the day, the 200-star dono, as we crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. the battle at the front of the field right here. The 31 ride of Christian Delgado trying to track down the 8 ride of Joey Gattina. As Gattina out in front, Delgado there in second. We've already seen a few drivers come down pit side for some green flag pit stops here this evening. Some drivers making their way down pit lane, getting their cars fixed up, getting some fresh tires out there on the racetrack. And right now they're running some crazy fast lap times and trying to work themselves, maybe trying to leapfrog a few drivers and maybe put themselves into the best position possible here late in this race with a little bit of pit strategy. One of those drivers, the 41 rider, Willie McKellar, now finds himself in the 15th position. Some contact right there in front of him, the 04 ride and the number 80 or 48 getting together right there, and McKellar able to squeeze right on through them and keep on rolling as Doug Sigmund got a little piece there of that number 48 ride, and luckily enough both cars able to keep them pointed in the right direction. But right now our race leaders here, they're running about a 24:38 out on the racetrack. William McKellar's running 23.6s out there, so he's running some very, very fast lap times. Nicholas Cody, who we just saw come down pit side, he's now running in the 23-second bracket as well. So using that time, they may be able to leapfrog the race leaders who are stretching this one out. They may be able to stay out there, run some more laps, and be able to use that time difference they're making right now to have a big lead on our race leaders. Oh man, that was a close one right there for our race leaders, as unfortunately the 93 rider Zach Lockett trying to get down pit side. Man, he almost took out both our race leaders right there as he was trying to get checked up here, drives down to the apron. And quarter number 1, unfortunately going a little too quick, washes back up the track and right in front of our race leader, Joey Gattina and Christian Delgado. And that'll tighten up the battle at the front of the field a little bit more, as, man, that was a close call. Both those drivers almost got taken out right there as Lockett was getting onto the racetrack, and a close call for Joey Gattina. Now you see that 54 ride going around them both here as well. Obviously Lane Phillips already down pit side and back out there. You can see the tire difference and what the tires are doing here for these drivers, as Lane Phillips has been hanging out around the, just inside the top 15 here all evening long, and he just cruised around our race leaders like they were standing still here, and he's already pulling away a second here, almost a second and a half now, between Joey Gattina and himself, and that's the difference maker between those fresh tires and the old tires. So if these drivers that came down early in the race can keep running some great lap times and continuously gaining track time against these two, when they come back out on the racetrack, they'll have the freshest tires and the fastest cars. But unfortunately, that could also put them in position to be way behind the 8 ball. They could be a lap down, they could be half a lap down, and they may not have enough time to try to catch back up and gain that track time back on the racetrack here. So it's going to be interesting to see what these drivers will do and if they will come down pit side at all themselves here, as I don't think anyone that's came down pit side is back onto the lead lap yet. I don't think everyone that's still on the lead lap, and everything else still running 24-second bracket. William McKellar is still the first car that came down pit side here in the 41 ride. So he's the one on that varying, strategy here. He's working himself back up through the traffic right now, trying to hunt down our race leaders as he heads down into quarter number 3. Joey Gattina and them are down in quarter number 1, and he's still a lap down here, so he may not even have enough time to catch back to our leaders as they go 3 wide there across the line. McKellar says, you know what, hold my beer, watch this, and he's not waiting around. He knows he needs to get on his horse and get moving to try to put himself at least back onto the lead lap before possibly a caution flag comes out. We may see that caution flag fly any minute now. Yeah, with only 23 laps left to go, it's going to be tough for McKellar to make up enough time to not only catch up to our race leaders here, put himself back onto the lead lap, but then run and gain a whole nother lap on them to try to beat them across the line here. So unless if our race leaders have to come down pit side, it's going to become a very, 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 very close call here. It's going to be very interesting to see whether or not Joey Gattina, Christian Delgado, James McRae, Sean Jessic, Joe Hudson, who's up inside the top 5. A great run here for Hudson in that 49 ride, being in that 5th position. Rango Berry in the 71. He's back in that 6th position. He's kind of on cruise control right now. So is in James Smith and Doug Roth, Adam Pettit, Michael Madden, Doug Sigmund. They're all kind of on cruise control right now. Contact! Oh, hard into the inside wall for the 17 ride of Michael Madden. No caution flag on the racetrack as of yet, and a heartbreaker there. The Sparkle and Shine Anything EC number 17 ride as Michael Madden having some contact right there and hard into that inside fence. No yellow flag, and that may force the 17 ride down pit side here, and I think it will. Unfortunately, he's given up a ton of track time on the racetrack. There goes our race leaders already around him, putting him a lap down as well, and definitely not the way he wanted this one to finish for the 17 ride of Michael Madden. But right now, Joey Gattina leading the way here. He's leading the charge, staying out on the racetrack, seeing if he can make it the whole way here, see if he can make it across the line without running out of fuel. This is where it could be make or break here for any of these drivers, is that fuel consumption, and if they can save enough fuel to make it to the end and not have to come down pit side. As you see Christian Delgado, a little piece there, that outside fence says, man, this is going to be a very, very interesting race. And then what happens if we see that caution flag? There's going to be a lot of drivers that will be stuck a lap down, as we already see Nicholas Cody now up into that 11th position here. He's the first car that came down pit side now, as he's already rolled around the 41 ride of William McKellar. So McKellar back to 12th. We see Lane Phillips there as well. John Fowler as well. He's battling with our race leaders right now, as he's going to put himself back to 1 lap down here. Unfortunately, was 2 laps down, now only 1 lap down for the 11 ride, and he's got a lot of work left here ahead of him, as Joey Gattina does not have a whole lot of laps left to go here. This time by the start-finish line, 16 laps left to go. Oh man, this is going to be a wild finish, chat. What do you guys think right now? Do they make it on fuel, or do they run out? Do they have to come down pit side? We do see Greg O'Berry down pit road here, so O'Berry makes his pit stop. You also see Doug Roth down pit side as well, so a couple drivers that were trying to stretch it now down pit side. So interesting here. I mean, we only got 8 drivers that have yet to come down pit lane. Joey Gattina, Christian Delgado out in front. They got a big advantage right now between themselves and our 3rd place driver, about 5.5 seconds back to position number 3 with Joe Hudson, as Hudson there in that 3rd spot. James McRae in 4th, Sean Jessic there in 5th, and then we see James Smith, Adam Pettit, Doug Sigmund, our top 8, and then Nicholas Cody, the first car 1 lap down right now in that 45 ride. Still running. He's running a second faster than our race leaders right now. Some laps even more than a second quicker. Unfortunately, as these laps click down, he's running out of time to try to catch them, put himself back onto the lead lap, and then hope for a caution flag or anything else. So he's got to hope these guys have to come down pit side. If they can stretch out the fuel and make it the whole way, anyone that's on that strategy that came down pit side now may be in trouble. Nicholas Cody, William McKellar, Lane Phillips, John Fowler, Ronald Lowney, Greg O'Berry back in the 14th position now. Greg O'Berry, probably the fastest car out there on the racetrack. Him and Doug Roth, as they came down pit side, got their freshest tires. They have the freshest tires out there on the racetrack. Unfortunately, they're a lap or 2 laps down here, and they unfortunately either need a caution flag and a wave around, or they need everyone else in front of them to come back down pit side. As Christian Delgado has jumped up and taken that race lead away, so Christian Delgado out in front, leading the way now as Joey Gattina slides back to position number 2 here. Gattina looks like he has slowed his pace right down now. Last time by ran a 25:30 on the racetrack, so he may be getting a little bit too tight on fuel here. He has really backed her off. That may open the door here, as you see Joe Hudson. He's still on it. He's on the throttle. He is not slowing down one bit. So I have a sneaky suspicion this 49 ride might have came down pit side during the last caution flag and gotten fuel, and he may be good to the end here. He's not slowed down one bit, and he is hunting down our top 2 in a quick hurry here. Joe Hudson already basically onto the back bumper here at Joey Gattina, as Joey still back in the pace up more and more and more every single lap. He is about to lose that second spot now as they go across the line. 9 laps left to go. Gatina's going to slide back to third here. Sean Jessic a little farther back. See that 71 ride of Grego Berry cruise around him there, but Christian Delgado, our race leader here, has a 2-second advantage over himself and Joe Hudson, as Hudson in position number 2. He's been on the throttle here these last few laps, hunting down our race leaders. He's got that gap now within 1.3 seconds, and he's getting there. And Sean Jessic trying to catch up to them as well. As Sean Jessic up into third now, as Joey Gatina has to come down pit side. Gatina down pit road in the 8 ride, the Good Wrench Services ride, down pit side here. So that's got to be a scary sight for drivers that haven't came down pit side yet. One of those being our race leader, Christian Delgado. Delgado also sees the second place car right there behind him. That's Joe Hudson. They're in second, trying to hunt down our race leader, looking at maybe trying to take this top spot away from him. Oh, the 15, driving him up the racetrack and open up the bottom side. There you go. The pass for the lead late in the race. Contact. Big wreck down the front straightaway. Our race leader collected in that. That's the 31 right of Christian Delgado. You see Grego Berry in there as well. Hard contact there for O'Berry as Ron Olauzi washes up the racetrack here in corner number 3 and 4. Unfortunately here, the 31 ride is having to go up here to avoid contact with him in the 15 ride. This does not get a great angle, trying to stay on the throttle here. Unfortunately, out of corner number 4, gets up into the outside fence, bounces off the fence, collects that 15 ride, who then comes down the track right in front of Grego Berry, hard into the inside wall there for the 71 ride. As there you go, you see the 15 hard into the outside fence. The 31 of Christian Delgado going to back it into the inside wall there as well with some heavy contact, heavy damage there for him. And 71 having to try to avoid hitting him here again. And then he washes up the racetrack, almost collects William McKellar there. And that will make things very, very interesting here to finish off this race, as this is going to make things pretty wild. Joe Hudson already down pit side here. The red lights were on. Pit lane was not open here. We also see Sean Jessic, James McRae also coming down pit side. Christian Delgado down there. So these drivers coming down with pit lane being closed. I'm not sure if there's a rule against that or if that's just how iRacing does it. But usually when that red light's on, not the green light, means that pit lane is closed and you end up starting at the back of the longest line, coming down early on pit lane. But we do see William McKellar. He's going to get that free pass here, because he gets the lucky dog, Lane Phillips. He's looking to get the wave around. So isn't John Fowler. Doug Roth, I do believe, also looking for the wave around here. A few other drivers all looking to try to just work themselves either back onto the lead lap or maybe back within 1 lap here. Joe McKellar out in front. I don't believe he will be the race leader. I do believe Joe Hudson will restart this race as our race leader. Sean Jessic coming out of pit lane in second. James McRae, James Smith, Nicholas Cody, Doug Sigmund having a great run there in 7th. And then Christian Delgado still down pit side here. Pretty good damage to that 31 ride. Will either start in the 8th position or maybe down pit side, getting more repairs here. May end up going down a lap here himself after that contact. But, man, this is going to be a wild man, chat. It's going to be a wild finish right here. I'm not going to lie. This is going to get pretty crazy to finish off the evening. Once again, another absolutely amazing race here with the Slingshot Sim Racing Series, presented to you by all of our amazing sponsors here: the Race City Racing Memorabilia, Scary Strokes, Buck Crack Motorsports, Dirty Monkey Motorsports, Papa Mike Promotions, Anything EC, all of our amazing sponsors here making this happen. As you do see William McKellar also down pit side here, as he wants the free pass. He's able to get a pit stop here all by himself, so he's going to try to throw on an extra set of tires here. But our race leader is number 49 ride, Joe Hudson, out in front as Hudson leads the way. Showing these drivers how to get it done. Sean Jessic, James McRae, they're in 2nd and 3rd. James Smith in 4th. Nicholas Cody, Doug Sigmund, Christian Delgado, our top 7. William McKellar in position at number 8. Then we see Lane Phillips. John Fowler back on the lead lap here, and I do believe Doug Roth still the first car 1 lap down. He's looking for a wave around that official iRacing pace car here. So is in Phillips and Fowler here, as I believe Doug Roth may still be another lap down here. He may be 2 laps down, but a lot of drivers looking for those wave arounds, trying to get each lap in every lap they can here late in this race, as they may have a few opportunities left to gain some positions and maybe try to work themselves back onto the lead lap here before this race is done. So we will get ready for the first attempt here at NASCAR Overtime. Green-white checkered finish here at Dover International Speedway. As I do believe the lights are off the official iRacing base car. See these drivers, they will get their wave arounds here. There they go, powering down the back straightaway. 41 Ryan going to rejoin the rear end of the longest line here on this restart. The wave around cars will still start behind him here on this restart. So fortunately for McKellar, he's got a handful of other drivers he's going to have to try to pass and get around. This is going to be a very interesting end, chat. That's all I got to say. Newcomer to the series, Joe Hudson out in front, getting ready for the restart here. NASCAR Overtime, our first attempt at it here this evening. We're going to hit this Geico restart zone. The 49 ride's going to power down. Can he hang on? Can he hold on to pick up the winner? To Sean Jessic, James Smith, James McRae, Nicholas Cody try to jump up and take this one away from him. It's down out of quarter number 4. The green flag back out into the air. A good restart there for Joe Hudson. The 19 ride trying to stay with him. The 49 jumps down to the inside lane. The 19 at Jessic goes up to the high side. Didn't get quite the run he wanted there through quarter number 1, but gets a good run out of quarter number 2 as he tries to stay glued right there to his back bumper. Down through quarter number 3 and out at quarter number 4, we are going to see the white flag fly. This time by, so one more lap around here for Joe Hudson. Is Hudson out in front trying to hold off Sean Jessic and James McRae. McRae quite a bit back there. Sean Jessic gets loose. Hang on to it. The 19 ride almost going around the 10 ride. Up into the outside wall. That's James Smith. Is down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. It's Joe Hudson picking up the checkered flag here at Dover International Speedway. Joe Hudson will get it done and pick up the win here in this one. What a run and what a race. That Toyota Camry number 49 ride, as he will pick up the win and park his car down in victory lane here at the Monster Mile. It's the track that's almost too tough to tame here. The Monster Mile has taken and claimed a lot of cars here today, but no one getting it done better than Joe Hudson here this evening. James McRae coming home in second. Nicholas Cody going to come home in third. Doug Sigmund with a solid top 5 run there in the 4th position. Christian Delgado coming home there in 5th. And then William McKellar, Sean Jessic, Lane Phillips, John Fowler, and James Smith are top 10 here in this one. But it's all Joe Hudson here this evening, as Hudson picking up the win. He's going to take it down pit lane, gets that car looked over. Now he is going to get ready to burn down the house here at Dover International Speedway as he gets the win. Parks that McLaren Hilton Aero Camry up here in victory lane. Wowzers, what a run and what a race here for this 49 ride. Woo! Fast Cat all evening long, and there he is on the front straightaway. We'll get ready to pull him up into the broadcast booth here for their post-race interviews. Man, what a run and what a race. The 49 ride. Joe Hudson picking up the win here this evening. Absolutely amazing run. Absolutely amazing race here. I'm not even sure if Hudson's in the Discord or not. He's in here. He's in the Hammer Time Discord. Okay, so we may have to see if he joins up here or not. We do have our second place driver already up here, so let's see if we can get James McRae up here onto the horn. James McRae coming home in second. Let's see if we can get down pit side here with him. Hey, James, it's Aaron up here on the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Hey, Aaron, how's it going?
Not too bad, James, man. A great run and a great race here in this one, man. Take us back through this one as little bit of mayhem late in this race as everyone kind of trying to, do some fuel mileage racing there, trying to stretch out that fuel run. And then we saw a lot of drivers having to come down pit side, a lot of drivers getting trapped down a lap or two here at Dover. Before that caution flag came out, what was kind of going through your mind there? Were you getting close on fuel? Did you think you had enough there to make it to the end?
Fuel is fine. Man, it ended up being tires is what it ended up being saving. I was hearing other people were blowing tires and whatnot, just randomly getting meatball flags, pitting in and showing the 0. So like when I pit there, I was showing 13. So I was definitely feeling it. Just about done on those tires. So that's really what it was. That's what slowed down the pace. I think that's what Joe, that's why he just came on so strong there. Yeah, he was just able to save it, I guess, in the beginning of that run. I definitely didn't.
Yeah, definitely came on strong there late in this race and able to jump up and snag the lead away from the 31 ride. Unfortunately for Delgado, end up going around there, being a part of that caution flag. But another green-white checkered here in the series. We saw a little bit of mayhem down the back straightaway after the white flag. You were able to kind of squeeze through there, stay out of it, and keep the 7 ride pointing in the right direction as you saw Sean Jessic kind of losing it down the back straightaway. You're able to just drive right on by and cruise home to a solid second place run here in this race. What was kind of going through your mind there on that final restart, knowing that, Joe kind of hasn't really been in the series too much, so you haven't really seen too much out of that 49 ride, and obviously knowing that Sean Jessic, a very tough competitor out there, might try to make some moves, make something crazy happen there where you get a little nervous with those 2 cars in front of you, or where you just kind of cruising there, hoping to, kind of come home with a solid top 3 run.
Well, I wasn't too nervous. To be honest, I mean, I didn't know Joe, but I mean, obviously, if he saved enough, I figured he's good enough. He'd be good on the restart as well. Yeah, and I got caught sleeping. So after they took off, I just kind of, just sat back and just kind of did the best I can. Trying not to. I knew I really couldn't catch him realistically, so just not make a mistake and not lose the spot. Yeah, it just sucked for Sean to go around like that though.
Yeah, definitely a tough break there for the 19 ride, but a very good run for yourself as you park that 7 ride up here on the podium. A solid second place run here this evening at Dover International Speedway. James, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
Yeah, you putting on the show. You did such a great job. Race City Racing Memorabilia for sponsoring the show or the series, and yeah, Mom out there watching, the Rev guys in here racing with me, and yeah, I think and anybody else, man. Yeah, everybody. I thank everybody.
Beauty. James, my boy, a great run, a solid performance. We can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack next Wednesday. Maybe we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth and maybe one spot better and up in Victory Lane.
Hey, we'll see. Can only hope so.
Beauty. Enjoy the rest of your night, James.
You too. Take care.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, James McRae, as James coming home here in position number 2 on the evening. We'll get ready to pull our race winner, Joe Hudson, up into the broadcast booth. Let's pull Joe up right now. Hey, Joe, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Hey, how are you?
Not too bad, Joe, my boy. What a run and what a race, man. Take us through this one as a long green flag run here through the middle portion after a, not really an abundance, but quite a few caution flags there in the first portion of this race. Then we see this long green flag run, and drivers are starting to lose the handle of their car. The tires are really starting to fade, and the lap times have fallen off by an extreme amount. Then all of a sudden, this 49 ride out of nowhere starts powering through the field into the front of the pack here. And as you make that pass for the lead, the car that you're battling there with, the 31 ride, goes around, gets tied up in a caution flag late in this race. Now you have to hit this restart perfectly. You got a lot of fast cats back there behind you, man. Take us back through it, and what was going through your mind there during that final restart?
I sure as hell didn't want to see it. How about that? No, it was was a lot of fun. With first night to race with the Slingshot group, and um, had a good bit of experience with this car here at Dover. And there's a kind of a lap time you can run, and your tires won't fall off. Of course, at one point I was 8 seconds from getting lapped, and it kind of come back around. It just didn't fall off like everybody else's, but you had to give up a lot, and I really thought I had given up too much. And then with about 10 to go, I was gaining on about a second a lap, and I felt so good when I took the lead. And then the next lap, the caution was out, and I was like, "Oh, that worked for nothing." But it worked out great. Today's my 59th birthday, so couldn't ask for a better birthday. Great bunch of guys to race with. John's in his group. I appreciate him letting me and the Hammer Time Motorsports guys join them. You guys did a great job on the broadcast, and just real excited to be here.
Absolutely. Well, Joe, after that performance, we are definitely excited to have you out there as well, putting on an absolutely masterclass of a race here this evening. And congratulations not only on the race win, but happy birthday as well. Couldn't have asked for a better first-time winner here on Peacemaker Gaming than being on your birthday and parking it up here with a masterclass of a race. There's some beautiful tire strategy out there on the racetrack, and it all pays off for you here this evening, even with that green-white checkered. As you hit that restart perfectly, you keep Sean Jessic at bay, you just hit your marks there on those 2 laps and cruise it home across the line in the top spot here, picking up your first win of the season and your first race of the series here with the Slingshot Sim Racing Series. And man, what a run, what a race. Joe, who would you like to thank for such a performance out there?
I said just you guys for doing the broadcast, John Fowler for letting us in. We kind of migrated over from a different league that we were just needed a breath of fresh air, and this league has provided just that. A lot of good drivers, a lot of clean drivers. A lot of guys come out with tires and are a lot faster, and everybody gave each other room. So just thank all the competitors and just everybody here at Slingshot Sim. Look forward to next Wednesday. Can't get here fast enough.
Absolutely, and Joe, we can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack next Wednesday. I do believe from Kansas, as I do believe we're headed to Kansas next week, and should be an exciting race and maybe another little bit of a strategy style of a racetrack as well. There, we usually see a lot of longer runs and a little bit of less tire wear, but more fuel strategy come into play. And we'll have to wait and see if you can time everything perfectly again, and see if we can find that 49 ride back up here in Victory Lane.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Absolutely, Joe. Congratulations again, and happy birthday again, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there. A happy birthday to Joe Hudson, and a huge congratulations picking up the win here in his first race of the series, and an absolutely masterclass of a race and masterclass performance here for that 49 ride. Giving up a lot early in the race to save those tires, knowing that it may come in to help him late in this race, and it definitely did, as it put him in the best position possible for that final restart. The green-white checkered out in front, fresh tires after making the caution flag pit stop with the rest of the lead lap cars, and it will just hit that restart perfectly and pick up the win there. And we'll get ready now to pull in our third place finisher, is Nicholas Cody winning pit side here for his third place finish. Hey Nick, it's Aaron up here on the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Nick, man, what a run, what a race here for you to get that 45 ride up onto the podium here, able to avoid quite a bit of contact, quite a bit of chaos early in this race, but then that final run, a long green flag run here at Dover International Speedway. Tires are absolutely shredding out there on the racetrack, and you're just trying to save yourself, save your car out there, looking to just try to bring it home here. Then that late race caution comes out. You guys are able to come down pit side, get those fresh tires, and then it's a bit of a heads-up race there for about the top 7 cars that were still on the lead lap to finish this one off, and you were able to gain a couple spots there late in this one and put yourself up on the podium. And take us back through this race. What was going through your mind there during that final caution flag?
Well, I pitted halfway through the Long green flag one, we put on tires just to try to get track position. I think I was running like 8th or 9th before that. And I was hoping it would go green because I think everyone was going to either run out of tires or run out of fuel. But yeah, I was able to get back to the lead lap before the caution, and then green white checkered. Anything happens on a green white checkered, I just avoided chaos and ended up third. It's a fun race though.
Absolutely a very fun race, a very exciting race to watch everything that unfolded out there. Obviously, drivers running into tire wear issues, a couple caution flags, a couple big wrecks out there. And as you said, you came down pit side. We saw you, William McKellar, and a bunch of other drivers come down fairly early in that run. I almost forgot about it because it was very early in that run that we saw McKellar and yourself come down pit side. And obviously, you saw, I don't know if you saw or someone told you, but McKellar was running wicked fast lap times. Everyone else had dropped the pace down quite a bit. So as you guys were all rolling out there on the racetrack, he was clicking off lap times. Now you come down pit side probably about 5-10 laps after he did. And then all of a sudden, you're just catching up to him. You make the pass on him, and you're able to put yourself back onto that lead lap, which is an amazing thing to do, considering that the time was starting to run out in a quick hurry. And you guys still had a lot of ground to make up. And luckily enough, you're able to get that caution flag, get that track position where you can rejoin the rear of the field there of the lead lap cars, and battle back strong here for a top 3 run. It's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, Williams, my teammate, he pitted. He blew my doors off, so he kind of made the call for me to pit. So shout out to him for that. He had a good race too. I think he came on 6th. But yeah, that was a fun race. I think that was the funnest race we've done so far.
Yeah, definitely a very, very fun race, a very exciting race, right from the drop of the green flag right down to the checkered flag. But Nicholas, not quite the run you're hoping for, as I'm sure you'd like to be up here in victory lane, but a very solid 3rd place run for you this evening. Who would you like to thank for such a great performance out there on the racetrack?
My teammates, Will, BS Motorsports, John for putting the league on. It's been rough, but we're figuring out how to run a race against each other. Last race was good. I wrecked on lap 4, but Talladega was fun. Today was fun. Everything seems to be trending up, and then thanks to you, Aaron, for putting on the broadcast.
Absolutely, brother Nick. A great run, a great drive. We can't wait to see you back up here in the broadcast booth very soon, and maybe next Wednesday back up here, another trip to the broadcast booth, and maybe a couple spots better and in victory lane one of these nights.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Beauty, Nick. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on the 3rd place run.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Yep. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, Nicholas Cody, as he comes home here in position number 3. What a run and what a race here for each and every one of these drivers. As Jordan Kirby says, was Dover in real life a good race? Dover in real life, like the NASCAR race that just happened last couple days ago, last weekend, I don't know, a little boring-ish. I don't know. It was all right. I've definitely seen a lot better Dover races. I feel like Dover races have definitely gotten a little bit more strategy-wise than just good door-to-door racing-wise. The racetrack really doesn't open up 2 lanes, 3 lanes wide. It kind of gets a little bit boring. It kind of gets a little bit iffy, and last week it was all right. I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched probably about the first 100 laps or so of it, and then probably caught the last 100 laps or so, but it was okay. It was an average Dover race. It was all right. It wasn't anywhere in comparison to how good this race was here with the Slingshot Sim Racing Series. Better than NASCAR. I'm sure if we put this on Fox, we'd be pulling in better numbers than what they would be. That is for certain. That is for certain, ladies and gentlemen. Winky face, But listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Absolutely amazing race. Absolutely amazing battles out there on the racetrack. A few early caution flags and then a nice green flag run with a green-white checkered finish to finish things off was definitely very, very exciting here this evening as we'll get ready to pull our lucky number here as we're going to get ready to give away a little bit of an extra payday here, brought to you by beautiful people over there at Butt Crack Motorsports. And for doing this giveaway here, we got, how many drivers technically joined this? There was 34. I'm sure that's what we're going off of. Unfortunately for Nathan Smith. He didn't load into the race, but he was still loaded in here. So I think 34 is what we will start with here, and we'll pull this into screen for you guys. So we have 34. One, we're going to do a random number. Whoever it lands on, that is the position of the winner here. So I'm going to click it a bunch of times, kind of get it reset, get things re-going here, and then we're going to stop it. And then once we stop it, the next time I will let you know the next button I hit will be the lucky winner here of the Butt Crack Motorsports giveaway here this evening. So I'm just going to hammer through it a bunch of times. We're just going to stop it right there on 20, which is actually perfect because that is Russell Martin Jr.'s number. But that's not his position that he finished, but that's his number right there. So a perfect time and a perfect thank you again for Russell Martin Jr. and Butt Crack Motorsports is number 7. 7th position is the winner of the Butt Crack Motorsports giveaway, and I do believe that 7th position belongs to Sean Jessic. So unfortunate break there for Jessic as he was battling with Joe Hudson, trying to get to his back bumper there on that final lap. Lost it out of corner number 2, and unfortunately had to settle for a 7th place finish on the evening. But he's going to get a little extra payday here from Butt Crack Motorsports. So a little bit of an extra break there for that number 19 ride. That's the number I was looking for. The 19 ride of Sean Jessic as position number 7 won that giveaway right there. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for tuning in. Absolutely amazing race. Absolutely amazing day here at Dover International Speedway. And I will catch you guys all back here in the next one. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Strokes, where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight minigolf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP party pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters. Welcome to Scary Strokes, where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight minigolf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP party pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters. Welcome to Scary Strokes, where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight minigolf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP party pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary